What it do, YouTube? It's SS, and I'm back with another video on this one right here. This one right here. Well, let me tell you about this one. Second legend of the season. We finally did it. The season's pretty much over for us. We do have like a week and some change left until the new season does roll out. But yeah, I got this strong team for you guys. Yesterday I did upload the team that got me up to 2900s, and this is finally the team that got me all the way to legend. So let's see what it does here. And yeah, if you guys can continue liking, subscribing, and all that good jazz, really does help out the channel. And I'm not gonna show the Pika Libre set just because I don't think I don't know. I don't have the footage for it, so I don't know. The video got corrupted, so I just don't have the footage for it. So I'm just gonna show the battles where I got up to 2970, something like that, and then when I hit legend, two sets. So the first set was not done on Twitch, but the legend push was done on Twitch. So link in the description if you guys do want to follow me, watch the battles happen in real time as they do happen, and you guys can see my face over there since I don't show my face here on YouTube. But yeah, without further ado, let's go ahead and get to these battles. We do see that I go into the Gligar up against this Sand Slash. Now, unfortunately for this, the Gligar is just gonna go down. Quagsire is gonna go ahead and get to the move here, and this should be enough to KO. Not enough to KO, so we are gonna looks like we're gonna end up. Yeah, we do end up losing the first game here, and we're gonna hop into the next battle. We're gonna see Lantern up against the Dunsparce, and this is actually really good for the Dunsparce. Two drill runs with the rollouts is gonna be enough to KO. So as long as I mirror the shields that they shield and don't let them catch, I should be good here. So we are gonna do one for perfect timing, for good timing, and they are gonna go ahead and shield. Now I'm gonna do three rollouts. They tried to catch there, but unfortunately for them, they don't end up catching. I'm gonna go straight for the rock slide here, and then gonna just stay in at this point because I do believe I do have the Quagsire for the lantern, so I'm just gonna go ahead and stay in. This is CMP tie, cap tie, bat tie. It's gonna be close to being enough to KOing, and we are actually gonna be able to make it to another rock slide here. Do they want to shield? And the answer is no, so they're not gonna go ahead and shield. That's fine with me. Now we do have alignment here, and Quagsire can tank one surf, two surfs, and we should be able to make it to the move here. They don't try to catch, which is good for me. They're just gonna go ahead and let it go through. They swap out into a Wigglytuff, and this Wigglytuff is about to get hit with a Stone Ledge, unless they do shield here, which they do end up shielding. So I am gonna switch out into my Gligar now at this point and try to make it to a move. I am gonna go ahead and shield at this point. This is looking really bad for me, so I'm gonna make sure to try to overfarm a little bit here. And we do make it to the dig here on the first making sure to throw on very good timing. 147 being for my moves, and now I am gonna be able to KO. We're gonna KO the Wigglytuff and the Gligar are gonna go down at the same time, and we're gonna be able to make it to a Mudbound KO. The Lantern is gonna be able to take that game. As we do hop into the next battle, we're gonna see Dunsparce up against the Abomasnow, and this is actually really good for the Dunsparce because the rollouts and the rock slide is going to be doing super effective. Two is going to be enough to KO, but if they are running icy wind, this might be a little bit tough. We're going to go ahead and see, and I do believe that was the icy wind, so we are going to make it to the next move, trying to make sure that they don't catch here. We are going to charge it up to an excellent. They are going to go ahead and let it go through this time, and now I am going to shield as well. Gonna make sure not to let them catch here, and let's see. Yep, they don't catch, so I'm gonna go ahead and throw this move here. See what they want to do. Do they want to shield again? They do want to shield, which is fine with me. At this point, I am just gonna go ahead and let this go through. Come in with my Gligar and start farming it down all the way because Gligar with some good energy is gonna be really good. Now, let's see what do they have in the back. They have an Azumarill, and this is looking a little bit bad for me. I am gonna be able to get to the dig here. Now, at this point, I do believe I'm just gonna swap out into my Quagsire, and they are staying in, which is very interesting. Do I end up shielding this? I do end up shielding the Ice Beam, which is not good for me. They come into a Lantern. This is actually looking a little bit better for me now. So I am going to be able to make it to the Mud Bomb. Going to try to farm up a little bit extra. Throw the move on CMP time, making sure that I do war farm. And now we are going to be able to make it to another move. Just going to go straight for the Stone Edge here. This should be close to KOing. If not, going to KO. Yeah, close enough to KOing, and then I do one mud shot, catch the move here, and now we are gonna close out with the Quagsire gonna farm down unnecessarily catch. I didn't have to do that, but just a little something fancy, I guess. As we do see, Annihilate up against our Dunsparce, and this is actually really bad for the Dunsparce, but they do have moves that are resisted. The counters are doing super effective. Night Slash, unless they get a Night Slash boost, we were probably in a good position. But if I can lower this down to whittle it down to where a drill run is enough to KO, they end up catching the Mud Bomb on their Skarmory, and I mean, either way, I was only gonna make it to a Mud Bomb and a Stone Edge here, as you guys can see. So, regardless, I was gonna have to throw a Mud Bomb at him. And now I'm gonna come into my Dunsparce here at this point. Just gonna go ahead and let this go through. If they did want to Brave Bird me, that's fine. I think they went for the Sky Attack. Just gonna throw the move here, try to get this thing out the way. Do they want to shield? No, they don't want to shield, which is fine with me. And I'm gonna go ahead and try to swap out now. Hopefully, they don't have something in the back that's just gonna hard wall the Gligar. And now at this point, I am gonna shield it just in case it is the Ice Punch or the Shadow Ball. And now they come into Bastiodon, and this is actually looking okay for me. We're gonna see what it does here. I'm gonna go straight for the dig here, not expecting them to shield, and they don't. I'm gonna go straight for the dig again to see do they want to shield this time. Most likely they will shield, and they do end up shielding, which is fine with me. Now I do have another shield here. I'm gonna go ahead and shield, just over farm a lot of energy because it takes forever for Basti to get to a move. And at this point, I am at back-to-back digs or a dig and an aerial ace. Just gonna go ahead and under tap, make it to the aerial ace here, and this might be enough to KO from this range. It is enough to KO from that range, and we're gonna be able to take that game as we do hop into the next battle. We're going to see Dunsparce up against the Mantine, and this is actually really good for the Dunsparce. Once again, rollouts and the Rock Slide are doing super effective as they do end up swapping out into a Cloudfire, and I should have kept the energy because I do have a Gligar, or even then, I also have the Quagsire. So we have three Pokemon that can deal up against this Quagsire. I'm going to overfarm a little bit extra energy here, make it to back-to-back Mud Bombs, see what they want to do here. They let it go gonna be enough to KO. And now at this point, I do believe they are gonna come back into the Mantine. Mantine is over farming. We're gonna go ahead. They do go for the extra, try to CMP them there, but they are smart and don't go for the CMP. Now I'm gonna try to make it to another move. I do make it to another move. They are not throwing. They're trying to farm me down completely, which is understandable, and they do end up getting the farm down. Now coming to my Dunsparce, gonna go ahead and let this go through. Whatever it is, it doesn't really matter. I think it was just an aerial ace. They are going to swap out. They go into Annihilate, I think. It was a counter. Yep. Annihilate. And now I'm just going to switch into my Gligar. Go ahead, throw the move instantly and see what they want to do. Do they want to shield? They do want to shield, which is fine with me. Going to go ahead and shield this up. Yeah, we're going to shield this up. And now I'm going to try to go for the farm down. And we don't get the farm down, which is fine with me. Just going to go ahead and let this go through. Probably Nice Slash. That is just a Nice Slash. Now I'm just going to under tap, get the move off, and this should be enough to KO. It is enough to KO the Mantine. We're going to be able to take that game as well. And now I do believe that is a 4-1. And the next set will also be a 4-1. So we're going to go ahead and see. Sorry about the dimensions of the I was different. I was using different phones, so let's go ahead and see. I think it was a Ninetales up against the Dunsparce. Really good for the Dunsparce if it is Powder Snow. They switch out into Annihilate. I'm gonna go ahead and undercharge it here just a little bit. Try to get a little bit of extra energy. And since I did end up seeing Peen, the Cap tie, the Bat tie, and now we're gonna go ahead and see what they want to do here. Do they want to come in into the Ninetales? They do come into the Ninetales. Gonna go ahead straight for the aerial ace. At this point, I expect them to shield. I'm going to probably make it to another one, forcing them to throw their energy here, which is fine with me. Gonna come into my Dunsparce. They switch out into a Poliwrath, and this is looking really bad for me. So it was A9 double or a Alolan Ninetales double counter user, which is really bad for me. Now, I'm gonna go ahead and let this go through. It is the Scold, which is looking really bad for me. This is going to be not enough to KO. We try to make it to another move. I do make it to another move, but they do have a shield here, I do believe, so they're gonna be able to shield that. And now they're gonna come into they're gonna go ahead and throw their icy wind here, most likely. It is the icy wind, trying to farm down, but I don't get the farm down. And now one rock slide is not gonna be enough. They're gonna be able to outpace me here. This rock slide is not gonna be enough. So unfortunate for me, it's gonna be GG's here, and we're gonna end up losing this game. And yeah. This is going to be enough to KO, and we're just going to hop into the next battle as we do see Dunsparce up against the passed it on. And this is actually pretty good for the Dunsparce as they realize it. They swap out into the victory belt, and I'm just gonna go ahead and throw the um move the drill run and then swap into my Gligar at this point because I don't expect him to shield this move here. I'm gonna overfarm just a little bit here, get the two moves. Don't expect him to shield here because I'm able to throw back-to-back moves and they don't end up shielding, which is fine with me. Now I'm thinking in the back is probably double razor leafer or double grass. Now I do make it to the dig here, trying to make it to another dig, and I end up dying with the I get KO'd with the dig, which is very unfortunate for me. And now we are gonna switch into the Quagsire, and there is a Tentacruel in the back, and unfortunate for them, they are core broken by the Quagsire, and we're going to be able to take that game. As we do hop into the next battle, we're going to see Quagsire up against the Dunsparce, and this is actually really bad for the Dunsparce just because the Quagsire can start spamming out these moves, especially if they have Aqua Tail. It's even more spammier. And I do believe this is Chillis FM. I do believe he was streaming as I was streaming as well. So GG's Chillis FM. He is a content creator here on YouTube as well, live streams on YouTube. I will be streaming. I'm gonna try streaming on YouTube here real soon. See if it works out. Try to stream at the same time as I do on Twitch, but I'm not sure how I'm gonna be able to do that because last time I did that, I did get a copyright strike, so I don't want to mess up anything. And I am gonna go into my Gligar here. They're gonna come into their Skeledirge and Skeledirge. I'm not gonna bait the Skeledirge because I need that shield. I'm gonna swap out instantly into the Quagsire, and I'm just gonna go ahead and let this go through. If it's the Shadow Ball, so be it. But it is just a disarming voice. We're gonna be able to make it to the Mud Bomb here. Mud Bomb's gonna be enough to KO, and at this point, they're just gonna go ahead and top left, and I'm gonna be able to win that game. GG's to Chillis FM. I do believe we are. He beat me 2 times, I think. I'm 1-2. This time we are gonna see Mandy Buzz up against the Dunsparce. I'm gonna pause a little bit, just make sure that I do see a Snarl come through, and the Snarl did come through. So I am just gonna go ahead and let this go through. Maybe, yeah, I do let the first one go through. I think it was just a foul play, so which is fine with me. I'm gonna go straight for the right side here, seeing what they want to do. They just let it go through. Just gonna go ahead and let this go through as well. We're gonna see. It doesn't really do much damage, but it is starting to add up. And because I expect them to throw right away, I'm gonna go throw move on CMP, the Baptiste, the Captie. Now, unfortunately for me, I am gonna be able to make it to a move here and but the that incinerate is going to be enough to KO. We're going to come into our Quagsire. Quagsire is going to get denied one mud shot, but that's fine. I do end up shielding here. It's just a disarming voice. Gonna overfarm here, and I throw on very bad timing, horrible timing for some reason. I don't know, or I lagged. I'm not too sure what happened there. Something threw me off. And now I am gonna go ahead and shield this. I do believe, yeah, we go ahead and shield this. And now I'm trying to overfarm. There is a Tentacruel in the back, and Tentacruel is going to get hit with this first mud bomb. Not enough to KO. I was hoping I could switch into my Gligar, farm down, take this move, farm down, come out with a move, but unfortunate for me, we do actually farm him down, but I am not going to be able to make it to a dig there. And they just go for the extra move, and now we are at the mud bomb. It's going to be another KO. We're going to be able to take that game as we almost threw there. And now we're going to hop into the next battle. We're going to see Annihilate up against the Dunsparce, and this is really bad for the Annihilate, and I can't go into my hard answer. So I go into the Quagsire, seeing what they want to do, and they are staying in at this point. Just gonna go ahead and let this go through. Most of them like to bait the Night Slash, and this one actually does bait the Night Slash. And very nice of them. They end up catching on a Mandy Buzz. Oh my gosh. So this is looking really bad for me. I am just gonna go ahead and let this go through. No point in me shielding this since I do have the Dunsparce that will do pretty good up against this Mandibuzz. I just need to make sure that they don't have something in the back that's just going to hard wall me. And now at this point, I'm just going to go ahead and let this go through. And we're going to keep farming up. We're going to go ahead and throw the rock slide here and then see what they want to do. They're most likely not going to shield. I'm going to go throw right away. This is the CMP tie, the Baptiste, the Cap tie. So that is fine with me. And they do end up just letting it go through. Just going to go ahead and let it go through as well. And now I am gonna overfarm here, probably come out with some energy. Just gonna go ahead and let this go through. If it's an aerial ace, just gonna swap out, keep the move. I do believe I'm at the move. Maybe I'm at the move. I'm not too sure. I make it to an aerial ace here right before they get to another move. It's they swap out into a Gligar. Gligar is gonna be able to hit me with a move. Probably started shielding there, and I actually did not start shielding. So now I am throwing this game, and we're gonna go ahead and try to make it to another move. I'm over farming, trying to make it to another move, but that one wing attack right there is gonna be enough to KO. And I'm not just. Oh, actually, nope. We are gonna be able to make this next aerial ace gonna be enough to KO, but I believe they have a shield and they end up top left. And oh my gosh, paid actor. We end up getting a paid actor on the very last game to go 4-1. And we're gonna go ahead and see how much we end up climbing right here. Let's see. Taking my sweet time. I thought I made a cut. Did I make a cut? Didn't I make a cut? Okay, here we go. Yep. Here we go. I do believe it was 3013. So yeah, if you guys like the video, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you guys on the next video. And for tomorrow's video, I got something super special. We're gonna be running a Shadow Hundo in the Great League. It's not maxed out yet. I am missing a few XLs, but it is gonna be a spicy team and a spicy Pokemon you probably have not ever seen in the Great League before. And it is also Best Buddy. So I will see you guys on the next video.